Okay, well, good day everyone. This is Mike Plouffe, and I am doing an update on my railroad, the CNCP Via Go layout. And it's a modern freelance of Canadian roads. I did the first video 2 years ago, and I uploaded it to YouTube, and this is an update. There's been quite a few changes since that last video, which was done 2 years ago. So now in March 2026, it's been almost 2.5 years since I did the update. So here we are. We're going to start at the east end of the railroad, which is a tunnel that you see going into my east staging yard, which is Halifax, and also the smaller tunnel, which is going into Boston on a CSX interchange. So in effect, this track here is a CSX interchange track, which leads into this particular station, which is called Coteau Station. And Coteau Station is a CX interchange location, and as you can see, there's the interchange tracks. There's 3 of them, and there are already cars that have been spotted for interchange with Boston. This same area of Coteau has a large aggregate plant which feeds a lot of clients on the railroad, and also a lumber mill over here, which is a lumber mill that generates wood and also generates wood chips, which go into the paper mill. That's later on the layout. So the layout is signaled, as you can see, and it's functional using JMRI. Across the layout, because all of the switches are automated, there is a schema that I've built using software that depicts the whole railroad and at each station, and it numbers all the switches, so you can see effectively switch numbers that are here on the tracks to help the operators switch the switches using their handheld control. Handheld control can be either one of my NCE controls, or it can be an engine driver on a mobile phone. So let's move along. We're now leaving that eastern end of the railroad and going west. So the railroad dips into a tunnel to make the transition to the other side of the layout, which is a town called Sarnia. And Sarnia is primarily an oil refinery and fuel processing facility that you can see here. It basically can handle quite a few cars, and it has an extensive storage yard which has 3 tracks that you can see over here. And the main line is the gray track that you see. The brown are the sidings and storage tracks. So this is in effect Sarnia and the refinery. On this side of the main line is the town of Sarnia, which has a number of smaller industries. This one here is a scrapyard. There's an LPG facility, and also 4 different commercial institutions over here, which have their own tracks and layout. There's also a standard fuel facility way on the other side of the track over there. So again, you can see that the double main line is effectively fully signaled As we leave Sarnia, that's the Sarnia station. This is a hillside lumber mill, which receives lumber and other construction products. We're now heading, again, we're heading west, and we're entering Prescott. Prescott has one very large siding that you can see there, and a double main line. And at Prescott is where the main co-op facility is located. And this co-op facility processes grain, oats, and other agricultural products. I should indicate that over here also in Prescott is the Prescott Auto Sales company, which handles cars coming in on auto racks. And here are the auto racks over here. And if there's an overflow of cars in the auto rack tracks, they are stored in the siding across the main line, as you can see here. Also in Prescott is the container terminal. And this container terminal handles about 15 different wheel cars. You can see that it's functional. Right now there's a couple of wheel cars in there, and it has other equipment for processing the containers. Some of these containers, as you can see in gray, are 3D printed containers, which I have yet to detail out. So moving along, again we enter a tunnel to go into the other side of the layout, on the other side of the peninsula, and we come to the town of Dryden. And Dryden is a major industry site for the paper mill. So the Dryden paper mill has quite a few storage tracks. It handles both tank cars for chemicals and paper rolls, newspaper, and other products, paper products, cardboard. There's also a couple of tracks at the back here which are for coal that feeds the power plant, which is that gray building that you see there, the power plant for the paper mill. Of course, there's because it handles wood chips, there's a rotator for dumping wood chips for the paper mill. And again, everything is scenicked and signaled. So we're heading west again on the double main line, and we come across the Miramichi Bridge, and it's a 4-span bridge, double track, and it basically is about 6 feet long altogether. That was a very nice project that I enjoyed doing. This is the Dryden station, which handles passenger cars. We're now coming into Ottawa and the Walkley Yard, which is the principal yard, classification yard for the layout. This particular industry is an aggregate industry, which is basically in the town of Arnprior. Arnprior is both here on these tracks and also on the back side of the main yard. In other words, all those buildings you see at the back and the tracks at the back, that's part of Arnprior. But here is this is the yard trot for the main yard. It has effectively 2 switching leads. Those 2 brown switching leads, which are very long, are used differently. The first switching lead is the main yard for classification. The second switching lead here leads to the arrival and departure tracks in in the main yard. And here you can see what that looks like entering the yard with the different track numbers. Right now at the back again is Arndt Pryor, which number of buildings. I'm still constructing a few more buildings that will go into this open area. So the main yard can take long trains that are about 25 cars, and you can see there is one here with two engines that just arrived, and it's on the arrival track. So last time this whole area was not scenic, all we had was track 2 years ago. Now it's all scenic, all ballasted, and fully operational. And again, I have these schematics that are on the side of the layout to show the switch numbers and location of tracks. Again, at the back are going to be a few more buildings. I haven't built them yet, but they're going to be on that track at the back beside this building that's already been put in place. We're now coming off the, this is the west end of the main yard, which has a ladder of switches. And right beside that is a ladder for the engine terminal. And this whole area is brand new, it was not there before. And now encompasses 5 different tracks for the engine terminal. I have yet, there's still a bit more construction needed in here. There is a missing sand tower which will be up, and I'll be building that in the next few months. But other than that, all of these are the engines that primarily are CN engines in this main building. This is a maintenance shed for engines. It's a Walters kit, of course, and it was quite a bit of fun building, but a very long piece of work though. There is a track for storing my maintenance of way trains and so forth. At the back here is a Metro Power, which is a power generating station, and it takes coal, and it also produces waste and so forth. This whole area here is brand new. It did not exist at all in my last video. And as you can see, there is a roundhouse now that was built with a turntable. And it houses primarily my CP and VIA and GO train engines, which you can see here through the doors. And the engine is powered, the turntable is powered. The back end is a commissary building for the servicing the main passenger yard, and also an ice storage facility and for storing and freezing goods. There's also here a small servicing bay for passenger engines, and 2 tracks for storage of engines as well. So this whole area here, which is called Spadina, after the Toronto Spadina yard, includes this car maintenance shed. Again, everything is numbered and indicated on the schematics, and you can see it's quite a bit of complex trackage in the main passenger station. This is the main passenger station, which is basically a whole area that all of this is brand new. It did not exist in my previous video. And of course, with the car maintenance facility, there's also a car wash for passenger cars, and the reason for the car wash is that trains coming off, their routes get washed before they're put into storage in the passenger storage yard, which is over here. So as you can see, I do operate GO trains and VIA trains, and also old maroon maroon CP passenger trains. The air is pretty freelance, so I have a mix of passenger cars from different eras, VIA, CP, and so forth. Coming in over here is the main station, Union Station, which again is a new addition that wasn't built before. And also all of the platforms that you see here, there are 4 tracks in the main yard for the passenger station, and all of these platforms did not exist before and are brand new, along with the station. And I do run some RDCs. I've got about 5 or 6 RDCs, and they do short runs on to different stations. The last area to be built on the layout is over here. It's an empty area that's about 7 or 8 feet long and 3 feet wide, and it will be a small town. And the kits for building that small town are right here. They're from Woodland Scenics, and they're called the River Pass kits, and there's 15 buildings that will be going in here, and all those kits are in this box. We now will exit Spadina, and we will be coming into the town of Barrie. Barrie, again, this was all new, was not built before in my previous video. It includes an asphalt plant, and Barrie also includes a very nice station, because it does take commuter runs, and a few industries. This is a Union crane and shovel for handling metal products and other things of that nature. There's 3 main industries at the back here, and as you can see, I run Ship It right now, and as you can see, Ship It has assigned quite a few cars to be placed on those 3 industries at the back. There's at least 9 cars altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 8 cars altogether. So there's a fireproof storage, a Centennial Mills, and a brewery at the other end. And again, I have, because it's a double track main line, I have quite a few quite a few crossovers, which are fully signaled, as you can see here. This is a double crossover. And we're coming into a whole new area. This is all new, wasn't there before in my previous video. And this is the Oscar Metalworks, and it takes primarily gondolas with contents. So the train enters a tunnel, and it will be going down to the next level. So in order to go down, in here is the helix. So the train comes out here, goes down the helix, and it exits here, and effectively then enters the bottom layout level, which is called North Bay. North Bay has quite a few industries. It's a major busy switching area on the layout. So it includes this cement plant. It has a helper engine for getting trains up the hill on the helix, which is, the helix is 2.8% grade, so it needs a helper, especially long trains. There are several buildings here. Armstrong Electric Building, North Bay Textiles, There's a transfer building here for transferring goods and a pulpwood facility. There's the North Bay Station, and again, quite a few industries here, printing, storage, shipping, and drilling type of facilities. And so this is again also all new. That was not included. This whole layer was not included in my previous video. And then the train disappears. It's going again westward towards Vancouver. It crosses this bridge, goes into a tunnel, and it's on its way to Vancouver. So Vancouver is the staging west yard, which is underneath, which is over here. And as you can see, there are trains in staging right now in the west end of the west staging, which is 5 tracks. And at the end of the staging, there's a loop. So the double track main line creates a loop, and the loop provides for continuous running. This is the main, and I run NCE, and this is the main power booster for NCE and controller. And for all the yards, for the yard in both the east yard and this west yard, I'm using some mini panels to allow me to do routing across the yard. So there you have it. Again, all this wiring is will be hidden behind these black these are sort of ground cover coverings, which I'm installing underneath. All of the electronics you see here are NCE components that I've put together. So altogether, the layout is with the helix is about 450 feet long in track length, and over 200 automated switches, and about another 150 signals which operate. So I hope you enjoyed this quick layout tour. Of course, in this particular engine yard here that you see, about more than half of the engines are sound equipped, and some are not, which are future projects for me. So thank you very much for watching this video, and one of the next plans that I have is to start doing operating sessions with multiple operators. Right now I'm doing operating sessions myself as a lone operator, using my Ship It software and using switch lists generated by the software. Here is an example of one of the switch lists that I'm using, and this one is actually underway right now. There's about every session, in every session I'm operating about 22 trains. Some of these are short trains, some of these are locals, some are coast-to-coast trains from one staging yard to the next, and there's a mix of passenger and freight. So I hope you enjoyed this quick view, and my next installment, my third installment, will probably the next fall, when this section over here has been completed with that little town in this kit. Thank you very much, and again, Mike Plouffe, and signing off.